The security trend in the southeast zone of the country has remained a source of worry to the people of the region, their leaders, and Nigerians outside the area. The zone was known for many things, but the kind of security situation which has turned the color of the people's problem to figurative criticism before the advent of the now reoccurring attacks on police divisions, stations, and even commands, and the killings of personnel, the security problem in most states in the southeast was the same as in most other states of other regions. Bandits and herders, with their unrestrained destruction of life and property, especially crop farms. According to reports, quite a number of offices of the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) in the zones have been either vandalized or razed lately. Many have been killed either in the hands of unknown gunmen or during the confrontation with the state law enforcement agents, with the attendant climate of fear and uncertainty in geopolitical zones. With a heavy security deployment under the new security arrangement by the federal authorities, the zone appears to be under siege with sporadic attacks characteristic of a guerrilla warfare. Last year, shortly after some of the gladiators in the region began to show their fighting hand in what some observers refer to as a calculated move towards the 2023 presidency, the discordant tunes in the region became louder. It started in Imo State with a controversial Supreme Court judgment which declared Senator Hope Uzodinma as the duly elected governor of the state. The unsettling judgment on 14 January was still on the lips of the people and Nigerians when the Ebonyi State Governor, Chief Dave Umahi, abandoned his traditional political home in the People's Democratic Party (PDP) for the governing All Progressive Congress (APC). These issues, coupled with the internal cry of marginalization of the Southeast by the President Muhammadu Buhari administration, were among the main issues of 2020 politics in the region. Also, a large proportion of the people of the region are still smarting from the proscription and banning of the indigenous people of Biafra IPOB, led by Mr. Nnamdi Kanu. The declaration of the group as a terrorist organization by the federal government was like adding salt on injury and a serious wound on their emotions. Clampdown on members of IPOB and the unending military operations in the region further alienated them from whatever joy the Buhari administration offered. The people have always felt that the federal government is unfairly treating them, especially when they compare the numerous military operations in the region to what obtains in other zones of the country, especially the northern region where banditry, terrorism, and Boko Haram hold sway. The Igbo World Assembly (IWA), in a recent statement by its chairman Dr. Nwachukwu, Vice Chairman Christian Honora, and Secretary Oliver Nwankwo, had insisted that the IPOB was not a terrorist group, as it is designated by the federal government, and is hunting its members. Rather, IWA holds that IPOB is a group of freedom fighters agitating for a better deal for their people. This position of IWA is representative of the opinions of many across the region. Some of the people commenting on the issue of insecurity in the southeast are not ruling out the points above as having something to do with the new dimension of insecurity in the east. The worrying degree of attacks on police stations as well as the novel kidnapping of community students have added a new tinge to the festering insecurity. Leaders from the region charged against it and called on the governors to act swiftly to bring it under control. The calls seemed to fall on deaf ears and the violence by the so-called unknown gunmen continued. However, the attacks on the police command headquarters in Owerri and the National Correction Center in the city seem to have spurred the governors to action. At the end of an emergency meeting in Owerri, the Imo State capital, on April 11, they announced the formation of a security outfit codenamed Ebube Agu. Governor Umahi, who is the chairman of the Southeast Governors Forum, in the communique at the end of the meeting said, Ebube Agu will work with the police and other security agencies in her operations to protect lives and property in the Southeast. The Attorney General and Commissioners for Justice of the Southeast states have been directed to work with the Joint Security Committee to come up with the amendment of the existing state laws to reflect the new Ebube Agu outfit. However, to many of the Southeast people, the formation of the security outfit was belated and an afterthought. Those with this belief contend that they had expected a collaborative action by January 2020 when Amoteku was being instituted in the southwest by the governors of the zone. That was when the entire people of the southeast had expected corresponding action from their governors, a traditional ruler in Ebonyi State argued. But while hosting the immediate past Inspector General of Police, Mr. Mohammed Adamu, at a security meeting, rather than speak to the insecurity ravaging their region, they were busy thanking President Buhari for supporting their daughter Ngozi Nkojo-Iweala and dancing because of Enugu Airport. They were doing that while their counterparts in the southwest were speaking strongly and forming Amotekun against all intimidation. According to him, the nearest they came to discussing the annoying attacks against their people was when they condescended and voted for community policing. He said, as a measure of filling the vacuum which the governors has created, the IPOB set up its own security network named the Eastern Security Network, which has now become a parallel organization to Ebube Agu. Many people in the southeast didn't show support for the Eastern Security Network ESN, a baby of IPOB, when it was formed, and not because they didn't see it as desirable or loved it, but because they were wary and afraid of what the federal government would do because of it, since its parent organization IPOB has been designated as a terrorist group. Security operatives serving in the southeast states admitted that the new trend was complicated but can probably be traced partly to the politics of interest among the governors of the zone as 2023 approaches. According to them, there is what looks like a sense of entitlement by one of the governors, especially Governor Umahi, in 2023 scheme of things. He doesn't seem to be interested in negotiating with the others because he feels he's the most qualified among them to receive anything that might come on the region. He also believes that he has performed well, and having joined the All Progressive Congress, which is in power at the center, he's poised to be favored. That was the general thinking among the security sources. But they were also quick to admit that their thinking was completely their opinion, as according to them, the whole thing still looks confusing now as we try to distill the scenario to pinpoint where the problem is coming from. There are claims that since the departure of Governor Umahi from the PDP, the state has not been the same again, and the fallout of the defection of the Ebonyi herdsmen is affecting other states. Many of his aides and supporters did not defect with him, and among these are their foot soldiers and sundry errand boys, who are known to both the governor and his recalcitrant aides, allies, and so on. This could also be causing ripples among the political juggernauts in the state and beyond, argued a journalist in the state who pleaded anonymity. Although security agents are denying that the attacks have anything to do with 2023, the predominance of opinion among many in the region is that it has a lot to do with 2023. To the people, it is also uncanny that the government and its relevant agencies have also not been able to properly identify the name, the unknown gunmen attacking security outfits in the region. The question commentators are raising is why haven't the unknown gunmen been identified and named? A school of thought in answering this question says it believes that the attacks targeted at the police station and formations is part of the big picture, which it claims is to keep the region perpetually in the news for wrong reasons, thereby whittling down whatever claims the region has to lead the country. It's all about the 2023 presidency. With continued attacks on police personnel, their stations and equipment, other security formations, who would want to listen to the Southeast? So the plan is to heighten the violence and detract from whatever goodwill that is left for the support for a president of Southeast extraction. There's a popular saying that the more you look in Nigerian politics, the less you see. There's really a lot going on. There's really a lot behind this rising insecurity in the Southwest. We know the whole country is faced with this insecurity, but Southeast has become something else. Well, my people, let's hear your own take down below in the comment section. Thank you for your time. God bless you. Please don't forget to like, share, and to subscribe. Till I come your way again with more updates. Bye.